Betty Marie Bowen was born May 27, 1940 in Lee County, Virginia, the youngest of 5 siblings. Her brother, Hugh Kyle, was 14 and the next closest in age when she was born. When she was 9 months old, her father passed away. 3 of her siblings, Anna Lee, Ruth, or Sissy, and Dan, married the year after Betty was born. Job opportunities were scarce in the Appalachian region during the Depression. Betty's siblings began moving out of the area to build a better life. When Betty was just a few years old, her mother moved with Betty and Hugh Kyle to Baltimore. Her widowed mother found work in a hotel, but often had to work long hours. As a result, Betty moved in with her sister Ruth and brother-in-law Vernon as a child and lived on a farm in Prince George's County, Maryland.
When Betty was 7, her sister Sissy had her first son, Larry. Betty decided at this point she preferred to live with her mother. Her mother had remarried Arthur Gray, and they lived on a farm in Frederick County, Maryland. While she was in elementary school, Betty moved to Reisterstown, Maryland to live with her brother Dan and his wife Irene. They had a son, Jason, who was 2 years younger than Betty. The two were like siblings instead of aunt and nephew. Betty went to high school in Reisterstown. Made lifelong friends, and have fun socializing and attending dances.
After high school, Betty began working at Montgomery Ward's department store in Baltimore as a secretary. One day, she said a very tall, handsome man asked if he could sit with her and her friend in the lunchroom. Initially, she believed he was interested in her friend. Soon, however, he made it known it was Betty he wanted to date. The gentleman's name was Don Collins. Don and Betty were married on September 17, 1960. Betty continued to work at Montgomery Ward, even appearing in the newspaper with co-workers dressed in colonial costumes. Betty's first child, Frank, was born shortly before Betty's 23rd birthday. Another son, Rick, came 3 years later. Kathleen followed 4 years later. As a young mother, Betty was not working outside the house, but she was hardly idle.
Don's job was with Campbell's Soup Company. It was a job that would take their family from Baltimore to Buffalo to New Orleans and finally to Charlotte. Betty participated as a corporate wife by attending functions and often entertaining Don's associates in her home. She was also very active in her neighborhood. She was an officer in the Wurlitzer Park Village Club in North Tonawanda, New York. In Charlotte, she was very involved in the Windy Rush organization. She planned many parties at the pool for adults, children, and families.